What if scientists found something deep under Earth that should not exist at all? A strange chemical hiding miles below our feet, where no light, no air, and no life should survive. But this chemical is doing something impossible. It is glowing, moving, and behaving like it came from another world. How did it get there, and why is it waking up now? Before we answer that, we need to go deep, much deeper than ever before. Let us start with the place where this mystery was discovered, deep inside Earth's mantle. You are standing on the crust, the thin rocky shell we walk on every day, but beneath your feet lies a world humans barely understand. The mantle is a place of crushing pressure, high heat, and violent movement. Temperatures can reach more than 3,000 degrees. Pressure is so intense that it can squeeze rocks into new shapes. It is a world where no air exists, no light can reach, and life as we know it should be impossible. So how on earth did a complex glowing chemical end up there? Why is a cold, loving chemical alive in a world hotter than molten lava? The discovery started quietly. A new deep Earth sensor placed by geologists picked up strange pulses. At first, scientists thought it was just a glitch, maybe a loose wire or a calibration error, but the signal kept repeating. It came in perfect patterns, almost like a heartbeat coming from thousands of kilometers below the surface. The team double-checked everything, no error. Something down there was pulsing. Something was reacting to pressure changes. Something was moving. And that alone was shocking, because nothing we know of should move that deep below the crust. What is this chemical trying to tell us through its strange pulses? When the data was analyzed, scientists found tiny pieces of a chemical signature rising through mantle plumes. These plumes are giant columns of hot rock rising slowly over millions of years. Inside that rising material, they detected a chemical that should only form in cold environments, not boiling ones. How is that possible? How can a cold-loving chemical survive in one of the hottest places on Earth? What if this chemical is older than our planet itself? Now let us talk about the environment where this chemical lives. If you somehow teleported to the mantle, you would not survive even 1 second. Temperatures can be hotter than lava. Pressure is strong enough to crush any human body instantly. Air does not exist. Water does not exist. Light does not exist. It is a silent world made of molten rock and minerals constantly shifting and flowing. Yet somehow, this chemical stayed stable in that extreme environment. It means one thing: it is not from here. But if it is not from here, then where did it come from? And how did a foreign substance survive deep inside Earth for billions of years? When scientists looked deeper, they found that this chemical has a strange structure. Its molecules are arranged in a way they have never seen before. The bonds inside it do not belong to any known Earth material. In fact, these bonds break easily in heat. Yet here they were, perfectly intact under extreme temperatures. That is impossible. So the big question appeared: where did this thing come from? Could this be a warning from a dead planet that came before Earth? 3 theories formed quickly. The first theory said it might be from an ancient meteor impact billions of years ago. Back then, huge rocks from space slammed into Earth almost every day. Some of them carried weird materials and minerals not found on our planet. If one of those meteor rocks got buried deep enough, maybe it stayed there until now. Another theory said it might have formed during the early birth of Earth. When our planet was young, everything was molten, chaotic, and full of strange reactions. Maybe some rare chemical formed back then and got trapped below the crust. But there was a third theory, and it scared everyone. Some scientists wondered if this chemical might not be natural at all. They wondered if it might be a leftover piece of something ancient, something foreign, something we never expected to find on Earth. Could something else be buried down there with it? But before we jump into alien theories, we need to understand what Earth looked like billions of years ago. Go back in time more than 4 billion years. Earth was nothing like it is today. It was a violent, chaotic world with giant lava oceans. The sky was full of toxic clouds. Meteors rained down every few minutes. The crust kept cracking and sealing again. Volcanoes exploded non-stop. Back then, strange reactions could happen easily. Chemicals melted, mixed, and formed bizarre shapes. If this mystery chemical formed during that time, it could have been trapped deep underground, waiting for billions of years to be discovered now. But why is it glowing? Why is it reacting like something alive? And why did it appear only now? Strange things started happening. Every time an earthquake happened somewhere on Earth, the chemical pulsed. Every time tectonic plates moved, the glowing increased. Every time pressure changed in the mantle, the chemical shifted its structure slightly. It acted like it was listening to Earth, or maybe it was responding to something else. Scientists compared the pulsing pattern with natural events around the world. They found a match. The chemical reacts to vibrations. It reacts to sound waves. It reacts to movement. But how can something react down there where the pressure is strong enough to destroy anything delicate? Why does it react like a living organism when it should be nothing but dust? Soon, a scary possibility formed. If the chemical reacts to earthquakes, could it also cause earthquakes? What if it releases energy? What if it disturbs the rocks around it? What if it weakens tectonic plates in ways we do not understand? Imagine a chemical deep under Earth that can shift rock strength. Imagine it affecting magma pathways. Imagine it changing how heat rises. Could it trigger megaquakes? Could it awaken dormant volcanoes? Could it melt minerals faster than normal? Or worse, could it climb upward towards the crust? What happens if this chemical reaches a volcano or a weak spot in the crust? Scientists tried to keep the discovery quiet, but news leaked out, and people started asking big questions. What if this chemical is not just reacting? What if it is growing? What if it is spreading? What if it was not trapped underground by accident? What if it was placed there for a reason? More samples were collected. Using advanced scanning instruments, scientists looked at its atomic code, and that is when the biggest twist arrived. The chemical pattern looked familiar. It matched something found before, something not from Earth. In old meteor fragments collected decades ago, scientists found a similar pattern, not identical, but close enough to suggest a connection. Those meteor fragments came from a destroyed planet that existed before Earth formed, a planet that broke apart billions of years ago. Some pieces entered our solar system, some crashed into early Earth. If this chemical matches those fragments, then it means this mystery substance might be older than Earth itself. It is a chemical that existed before our planet was born. It survived the creation of the solar system. It lived inside molten rock for billions of years. And now, for the first time in history, it is rising. Could this be the missing piece from an ancient world that destroyed itself? If this chemical came from a dead planet, what was it used for? What kind of world created it? What destroyed that world? Why did this chemical survive when everything else turned to dust? And the biggest question of all, did something else from that ancient planet survive too? Whatever this chemical is, one thing is clear. It is not just sitting quietly anymore. New readings show it spreading slowly across mantle currents. Not fast, but steady. It reacts to pressure. It reacts to heat. It reacts to sound. And now it is showing tiny electrical activity. Electrical energy in a place where electricity should not exist. Does that mean it can store energy? Does that mean it can send signals? Is it waking up from a long sleep? Could this be the first sign that Earth is hiding a secret we were never meant to find? Now imagine this. What if the chemical reaches a weak spot in the crust? What if it escapes into the upper mantle? What if it rises until it reaches a volcanic chamber? What happens if it mixes with magma? What happens if it mixes with water trapped inside rocks? What new reaction could form? Would we see new minerals? Or explosive reactions? Or something that changes the shape of Earth's surface forever? Deep under our feet lies a chemical that should not exist. A chemical older than our planet. A chemical that might be reacting to Earth like a visitor waking up in a new home. If this is only the first piece we have found, then what else is hiding under us? Could there be more pieces from the ancient world that died long before Earth was made? Could something else be buried below, waiting for the right moment to rise again? Could this discovery be the start of a story we never expected to write? Scientists are racing to learn more, but time is not on their side. The chemical is already moving. It is rising. It is reacting. And every day, new signals come from the deep world below us. Maybe nothing dangerous will happen. Or maybe the first sign will be a strange glow under a volcano, a sudden megaquake, or a new mineral never seen before. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. The discovery of this mystery chemical has changed everything we thought we knew about Earth. And the story of what lies beneath our feet is only beginning.